Hey man, get the dough.
New shit.
These motherfuckers think it's CDS around this bitch.
Motherfuckers think it's CBS around this bitch.
Nick?
Yo, nigga, what?
Hey, if you ain't fucking with Ice Cube, you can eat a dick.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
What I said, nigga.
Over the last couple weeks, really, I don't know why, but over the last couple weeks, I've been saying, Ice Cube is kind of overrated. But then,
I was at Export Fitness at Logan Square when I first heard this song. And I get that extra set and them extra reps, man. Shout out to Ice Cube.
shouts out to fucking Ice Cube, man.
Faculty Lounge Podcast.
Episode 31.
Bitch! Back in this motherfucker. John J over here.
Anonymous over here.
Ice Cube right here.
Yup.
Alright. Super size. What's up, my guy? What's up, my G?
Man, Joe, we over here kicking it, man.
Hey, look, I got my first Pelly. Well, my second Pelly.
Yeah, man. I've never owned a Pelly
Hey,
ever
man,
in life.
you can't. Your West Side card has been officially revoked.
No, I mean, I've done a lot of West Side shit.
But you ain't had no Pelly though.
I've drunken at least 10 gallons of Bumpy Face in my life.
It's the worst. See, this is not Bumpy Face.
No, this is not Bumpy Face, y'all.
This
is Agua.
Yeah, this is pure agua. Yeah. But that was Ice Cube from his latest LP.
2018.
What's that jamming new record? What's the name of that record?
Don't bring me no bag.
Don't bring me no bag. He wants an envelope.
envelope.
Fresh off his Are We There Again tour. Ice Cube, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we was talking about it last week, and you said we said it wrong. What did we say?
What
What
did
was
we
wrong
say?
with it? About old niggas.
Oh, no, ain't nothing wrong. I mean, it's the truth. Like,
Yeah.
It's either Drake or
Right.
Travis.
Like, Ice Cube is not going to win no award for this
Yeah.
album, even though he talking about everything that's going on right now.
yeah. And it's very relevant.
And he is Ice Cube.
Chase the bully.
Yeah.
Can arrest the president.
Everything's
Like-
corrupt.
Yeah,
Like-
like he's really talking about it, you know? And as a rapper, he's writing a song called Don't Bring Me No Bag, I Want an Envelope.
I ain't selling no dope.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
rappers aren't selling no dope, you know? And the ones that are getting popped off at alarming rates in
At
2018.
alarming rate. And he got a hell of a jump shot. I want to see him and Master P play one-on-one. Can we get that? Can we get Ice Cube versus Master P on the court?
Master P bust that ass.
I don't know that. You don't know
Master
that.
P is an actual NBA player.
I don't know that. You don't know that.
Nah.
I'm telling you, man. It's like
think
I
Chris
didn't watch
Brown will
Ice
bust both
Cube.
their ass, man.
I watched the Up and Smoke tour, and Ice Cube went on a Steph Curry tear with the 3-pointers, with the jump shots.
I mean, look, all right, so Master P is an actual ex-NBA basketball player.
True.
Master P is a basketball association owner.
true,
You know?
true.
Yeah.
But Ice Cube is a basketball association owner too.
No, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So you got an association owner, like a guy that owns the league
Yeah.
versus a guy that actually played at the highest level on earth. I don't know.
I don't know neither, but I
You
do.
ask me, I think Chris Brown will bust both their ass.
In basketball,
Yeah.
I don't know. Chris Brown could do anything. I think Chris Brown, low key, should be a superhero.
Yeah, man. He's like the Beige Panther.
Like if they do a the Page Panther.
Hey, Akon, Chris Brown coming for your spot.
So I think if they do like the prequel to Hancock, Chris Brown would play a young Will Smith.
Yeah.
That should be cold.
That'd
right?
be cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But shit. Yeah, check out that Ice Cube album, man. I know it might sound old and antiquated. Look it up. But I think Ice Cube really put together a great album. And he always do.
But he can
Anytime
do
there's
that,
something
though.
going on big, Ice Cube is making music about it.
Yeah.
And that's who he always been.
Yeah. I never liked that in the We Be Clubbing song.
What?
We Be Clubbing?
Don't do nothing. Like it ain't. Rest in peace to Greg Noble, man. When Bow Down came out, that was the song, and he was singing it in the 5th grade
Oh, bow down.
every day.
Shit.
He was telling the teacher to bow down. All right? Rest in peace to Greg Noble. And
Who was Greg? That was one of your childhood
that was
friends?
one of my classmates.
Man.
Yeah.
I got to say it, man. Mm-hmm. You got to start off there, man.
Let's do it, man. We talked about Cube enough. Let's get into it, man.
Man, rest in peace, Jamal Hubbard.
Rest in peace.
Literally the next block over from my block. Mm-hmm. You know, this is a kid that I went to college with. A kid that one of my childhood friends, Shaka Luther Garvey, went to high school with.
Shaka.
You know what I'm saying? And he, on Friday morning, he got stabbed to death in a domestic violence incident, you know, and like I ain't smoked weed in a long time, but we've been trying to get up and smoke a blunt together for like the last 6 months since I found out that he lived on the next block. Yeah, you know, and it's sad to see one of the homies go out like that, man.
Yeah, it's always sad to see one of the homies go, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so young, man. 33 years old,
and violently, man. That's like, man.
That's the worst.
That's the worst. Like I was somebody accepted my follow on Instagram and I seen the obituary for Rob. And it was like, man, it's a fucking young man.
Yeah, that was natural cause.
Yeah.
31 years old.
Yeah, and that's bad enough, man. But niggas is out here dying violently, man. And that's terrible to die as a young man violently.
Yeah, on the west side where people get shot all the time. He dies by a stabbing. You know? And he probably didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever was going on could have probably just been handled by just walking away.
I mean, most things can be handled by just walking away.
I guess that's my mission statement for today. It's just walk away.
Walk away. I mean, cause you saving lives, man.
Yeah, man.
You saving lives.
I want to go back because we brushed over it. I brought up the topic and then we didn't talk about it. Yeah. And we just kept going because the conversation just went that way.
Right. What was that? Was that 29?
Yeah.
That was 29. Yeah.
Yeah. We started talking, we brushed up on Mercy Hospital.
Yeah.
About the domestic violence that was.
What was it? 3 people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her, his ex-fiance, the doctor, and a nurse and a Chicago police officer all lost their lives in a domestic violence.
Right, it stemmed from domestic violence.
You know, that shit's not cool, man.
It make me think about, you remember Stevie Stevens?
No.
The dude that was on Instagram running around killing people because Joy broke up with him?
No.
Like he was just running up and killing random people.
Oh, in Cleveland?
The fat dude.
Yeah. The guy that looked exactly like the killer in California. Like Chris
Dorner.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's it brings that to mind. And these are like crimes of passion. And when we think about that's what I take issue with, right? Like we say it all the time. It's not about the movement. It's not about trying to blame the victims. What it's about is being open and honest and truthful about what is and what isn't, man. It's like domestic violence affects everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Man. And the thing about it is that you, as the abuser, you can walk away. You can say, fuck this person. Like, and mean it wholeheartedly.
Yep.
And fuck this person to the point where they're dead to me already. Like, I don't have to go and kill this person because they're dead to me already. And I'm just going to walk away from this situation. You know? My grandma, she was great at burying people alive. If she didn't fuck with you no more, she didn't fuck with you no more. And that was it. You were done.
I'm surprised your grandma fucked with me for as long as she did.
Oh, man, you was cool, man.
Yeah.
Because my grandma saw that you weren't the bad one.
Yeah.
She knew I was the bad one.
My mom, that's crazy. My mama thought you was the bad one, too.
I mean, you was a young punk. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I was a scumbag, man.
I was just a blatant.
It's hard to let go of my scumbag ways, but I'm getting better.
I mean, still to this day, we both are very anti-PC.
Yeah.
Like, we both don't give a fuck about your feelings. And it's like, if it needs to be said, it's gonna be said.
Yeah, because we live in a hard goddamn world, man.
Yeah.
And my mama ain't never sugarcoat nothing for me. Once the Santa Claus shit was over with, you gonna get these words, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, man, what I look like, portraying something that I'm not, when it's easier for me to just tell the truth in its rawest form. Like, you can't control how somebody feels about what you say.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? People get offended by everything. I'm sure it's people that get offended by us every week.
Yeah.
But we can't care about that because the mission is too important.
Yeah, man. But man, I guess just on the domestic violence tip, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see a lot of the young boys now in high school.
It's ridiculous, man.
No, they're like, this girl, she was woo, and I was trying to get at her, so I just started grabbing the booty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or no, I saw this guy grabbing the booty, and then the other friend's like, well, what did you do about it? And he's like, well, I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me grabbing the booty.
But we grabbed a lot of booties in high school.
And now they're like, no, you can't just stand by and let that happen. That's not right.
But
and it's cool that men are stepping up and being more responsible with their masculinity because we are the stronger, physically stronger half of the
species.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for men to step up to other men and say, hey, stop doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's important.
But you know what we need, what is required with that kind of society, all the men have to be on that page. Because I watched a video of a dude get mopped trying to, step in. Because it was a dude causing ruckus at a restaurant. And bro came in like, hey, do he work here? Like, nigga, stop. Like, man, we could shoot the fade, but stop doing that.
Yeah.
But he jumped down off the counter and beat his ass. But if it was 3 men, like, man, stop.
Dude would have just stopped and walked away.
Exactly.
I guess that's what it is today, is walk away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I feel like this is the desired effect of everything that's been happening. All the realizations we've been coming to as a society.
Yeah. It's been for this.
Yeah. Are the real men going to get up now?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And that's the thing. Like, what does it mean to be a real man? Because I guess being a real man has never changed. It's just society is putting a new definition on what it means to be a real woman. Therefore, if the definition of being a real woman is changing,
the nature of being a real man has to change.
Yeah. Whereas I don't believe that. I think men can still be real men.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the assholes that need to stop being assholes.
You know what I like? I like The View. You know why I like The View? Because these are women that like men being men. Like, I watched the episode of The View when Alec Baldwin came on. And it was like watching the bull walk down and get all the cows. Like, man, this dude just put the works on. Even Whoopi was like,
Whoopi.
Yeah, it's still room for that. But
you got to do it respectfully.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, it's unorganized organization.
Yeah.
So once we figure everything out, it'll get a lot better.
But that's where we are, though.
Yeah.
Remember what Chicago Bred 88 was saying?
Yeah.
How back in the day, in order to have an organization, you had to be organized.
I said that. Yeah.
Well, we said that on the
Still shout out to Chicago Bred 88.
Yeah.
But look, you know what I was thinking about, and this is perfect for the conversation. We didn't talk about this before the show. I never knew what the word macho meant. I never knew the definition, right? So I looked it up. You know what the definition of macho is?
No.
The definition of macho is showing aggressive pride in one's masculinity. That's crazy, right?
So macho man is no longer acceptable.
Exactly. Like that whole the whole "Quien es más macho" thing.
But I mean, as an American whose passport expired last week, so I can't go nowhere right now.
You're stuck.
Like, I'm stuck in that, right? I'm stuck in the Me Too movement, but I still feel like if I go to Italy, you have to be macho. If I go to Colombia, you have to be macho.
Yeah.
And it's not about the women. It's about being able to walk into a bar and take a shot and walk out that bar with your life.
See, and I was thinking, and that's another thing I was thinking about. Is this movement or this progression of society unique to America?
I think so, man. Because it's Hollywood. It's the New York Times. It's it's not the UN saying this. It's not fucking FIFA football saying this. No, this is only Hollywood. This is only the US government. This is only, like you can't it's only, I feel like it's only going on here in places that idolize America.
So it's like a first world problem.
Not even first world, because most of the world has pictures of Queen Elizabeth. I had a girlfriend from Belize, and her family had a picture of Queen Elizabeth in the living room.
Yeah, that's something, right?
Yeah, and so that's not an American country at all. Belize is still ran by England, even though
it's still a British colony.
Yeah, even though it's a free country now, it's still a British
like
colony.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like Jamaica will forever be in debt to Great Britain.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not American.
Right.
So whatever's going on in Britain is way more important than what's going on in America, in Jamaica, in Belize, in the Dominican Republic, in in all these places. Shit that's going on in Spain is happening matters more in the Spanish colonies. So I feel like this is only an American thing.
And while we on the subject, I'm just gonna go and hit it real quick and get up off of it, man.
Yeah, man.
Pause.
You go ahead and tell me about this, because you went and saw it.
Okay, so on Friday, I took the fam to see Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. Right? So I never seen the first Wreck-It Ralph, so I was excited. What I didn't know, one thing that I didn't know going in, I did not know that Wreck-It Ralph was not a Pixar movie. Wreck-It Ralph is a Disney movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was very kiddie.
And it's not Disney Pixar. It's
straight Disney. And that, because I feel like Pixar movies are for adults and Disney movies are for kids.
Yeah, that whole thing you went into last week and you showed me the videos and how it's like Earth, like it's really Earth from way back in the day to way in the future, and they all the stories blend in, and they all got Easter eggs, and they all got clues to what's gonna happen and what's happening, and like all right, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. But right now, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the correlation between all the Pixar movies, shit that the Simpsons predicted. Like, where is all this information coming from? Is Pixar right?
You know what I think? I think that the saying that art imitates life is much more true than we think it is. Like, the phrase art imitates life is deeper than we know.
Yeah, man. Like, the Simpsons got that shit right down to a science.
I feel like we talked about the group thought. Like, we talked about all of our brains being connected.
Yeah.
Think about how much power that is.
Yeah.
Is that enough power to go into the future?
Yeah.
Is that enough power to go back into the past?
Yeah.
Right?
Because it definitely came from the past.
So when we make beats, when we write songs, when we make movies, what we believe is coming out of nowhere comes from somewhere.
Yeah, whether it came from the future or the past.
It didn't come from nowhere. Nothing comes from nowhere.
Because this is a present. Literally. This is the gift of life. Like, you are living life right now. And that is the present.
See, man, we getting into fringy shit. I like this. I don't want to do it, but I like it.
But yeah, man, I feel
like... But
like...
what if they like it too?
Man, hey, let me ask y'all a question. Should we put out some music? Because he been talking about putting out some music, but he's like, nah.
I ain't putting out no music. I'm a media personality.
I don't know if they want us to do that.
I'm just like Joe Budden, baby.
Is it cool?
You'll never get another verse from me again.
What? Man, Joe Budden. It was Joe Budden, Joey Badass, and T-Pain on that first lot of music that T-Pain put out.
Yeah,
it was the Joe Budden verse came out this year.
Hey, look, you know that this is the second all Joe cast that Joe Budden has been a part of on a song. It was Joe Budden, Fat Joe, and Joe. The song was Not Your Average Joe. And the beat was Can't Nobody Love Me Better.
Joe, you better.
Not your average Joe. Yeah, but shouts out to Joe Budden.
Yeah. Oh, he said.
And you ain't like my video neither, man.
I'm probably never gonna like the video.
Hey, man, that was a good video. They reached 200, man.
Hey, man.
It's inspiring. I was inspired. Hey. All right, so look, can I go to Wreck-It Ralph now?
Yeah, man, wreck it.
All right. Shut up, man. So Wreck-It Ralph not only broke the internet, Wreck-It Ralph broke my heart.
He wrecked it. Oh, shit. This man has been wrecking my house with this pair of Timberlands he had on too.
Hey, man.
Literally. He done broke everything.
They're croissant colored. Look, you fucking me up, man. Wreck-It Ralph. So I took the fam to see Wreck-It Ralph on Friday. I was very excited. Didn't know it was a Disney movie. I get to the theater. We get our hot popcorn and sodas.
Hot popcorn?
Yeah, we get in the theater. Bam. Now, I'm noticing that the humor is not going over well for me. Right? It's like, all right, so now I realizing this is not a Pixar movie.
But the kids are loving it.
The kids are in love with it, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, why am I not laughing?
Yeah.
But Pixar makes the funny shit for grown people. Mm-hmm. Disney is for kids. Now, what I didn't know and what I now realize is that they poisoning the Kool-Aid, man. This is some real Jim Jones shit going on. Like it's
not the rapper. Google it.
Yeah. This is like unfair almost. I know we got programmed too, but now us being the adults, I can see this shit. Wreck-It Ralph was about toxic masculinity.
I mean, the top selling movie is always going to be about the topic of the day.
Yeah, but the way they had it was genius. The way they snuck it in, right? So
It has to be.
So Wreck-It Ralph had a friend. Spoiler alert. Wreck-It Ralph had a friend from the first Wreck-It Ralph movie. They live inside of an extension cord, right? They all have their arcade games. These are old school arcade cabinets. Right. So the lobby is the extension cord, right? Right. And they walk into the extension cord slot for their game, and that's their game, right? So
that's their crib, yeah.
Bam. Long story short, Wreck-It Ralph put a virus into a game to keep his friend from leaving him, right? And the virus keyed in on your insecurities. So it keyed in on Wreck-It Ralph's insecurities with the fact that he was clingy and he didn't want his friend, which was a girl, to leave him, creating thousands of Wreck-It Ralphs, which became one giant clingy Wreck-It Ralph that was destroying the internet. Literally.
Wow.
Like the internet was a place in the movie.
So this is basically what we're talking about. Everything we've been talking about all day.
But that's not all. Let me tell you the craziest part. The part that made me realize what I was watching. So at one point on the internet, you know how we you know how you got the little personality tests is like pop-ups on the internet?
Yeah. So
it's one, which Disney princess are you? So Wreck-It Ralph's friend went into the which princess are you? And all the Disney princesses were in there. Mm-hmm. And at some point they were talking like, man, why does it always seem like the big strong man has to come and save you? Like, man, these are princesses. Like, captive princesses. The prince saves the princess.
Yeah.
Like, this is art imitating life. But now you're making it seem like the natural role of the prince to save the princess is unnatural, and to want companionship with the woman is unnatural, and that's what's going to destroy everything.
Damn.
See,
and it's fucked up because on one hand, I'm sitting here like, woman beaters need to stop beating women, but okay, a couple weeks ago it was National Men's Day, and I found it alarming. One of the statistics that I read was that men are 40% of the victims of domestic violence.
Absolutely.
You know, so,
and that doesn't take into account men that are incarcerated. When you take that into account, men are actually the majority.
what do you mean, like jail rapes and stuff? Mm-hmm. All right, like you my bitch now, and I'm gonna beat your ass if you don't.
Yeah,
do whatever I say.
Yep, men are the majority once you factor that in.
I mean, yeah, but there's also lesbian couples who
right. But I don't want to. I'm not saying that violence. Like that's important.
Like, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, on one hand, I'm saying domestic abuse has to stop. Mm-hmm. Like whether it's physical, whether it's financial, whether it's psychological,
whether it's constant mental abuse.
Yeah, psychological. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's just like playing games with somebody or it's not giving them the money they need to, not letting them get a job, but at the same time not letting them have the money they need to support themselves, or it's physical. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit just needs to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been doing a lot of growing lately, and you see my journey. I got the dreadlocks.
Yeah, he stopped he stopped putting them faux locks in his head.
Yeah, like I actually got dreadlocks because
Jansport cut his hair and you took it.
Yeah, like I'm on a journey. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main things at the beginning of the journey was I realized that I'm only responsible for the decisions that I make. Mm-hmm. So even if I contributed to the decision that you made, I'm still only responsible for the decisions that I make. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And this domestic abuse shit, it has to stop. This is not cool for anybody.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? Because no matter where you are in the world, I don't care if you're in Africa and your dad did it to your mom and your granddad did it to your grandma. No, this shit doesn't work. Like
and what I think about is,
but on the other hand, there is princes out there. There's still princes out there for
chivalry is not dead.
All right. So I read it. I saw a meme. The funniest shit ever. A girl wrote, "Do men still open car doors?"
Oh yeah. That. How else someone get in that motherfucker?
But there is still a prince out there for every princess.
I think what's happening now, and what's the problem, and what's the real toxic thing in society is the fact that instead of trying to solve the problem, we get caught in the cycle of playing the blame game.
Yeah, like, oh, well, he's part of the problem. Oh, well, he's part of the problem. But what is the problem and what is the solution to the problem?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the cycle that Kevin Hart got caught up in.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and what is the expiration date on this one person's blame?
Right.
Like Adam 22. Like he said some really off the wall shit.
Yeah, it was out there.
If he actually never acted on it and it was 10 years ago, how much is he to blame for it? You know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart. He said some shit 7-8 years ago.
Did you see what he said?
No, I didn't see none of what he said.
Keep talking. I'm going to try to find the tweets.
Like, how long does it, when it's not a physical thing, like some Bill Cosby putting the pill in the drink and raping the girl, you wake up with a dick in your mouth type shit, how long ago is it okay for you to have said something? Because the Me Too movement really only got it rolling maybe 2-3 years ago, you know? But they're going back now and saying, oh, well, you couldn't have said that this long ago. Or you couldn't have said this, well, you said that 10 years ago. You know, even if you've apologized for that already and you've made it known that you don't feel like that now, or you didn't even feel like that when you said it, you were just being a comedian telling the joke. Like, how long is there an expiration date on dumb shit you said years ago?
So I was thinking about it and processing it as you were speaking, and something funny happened. I actually came up with an answer. So I think in the case of this, I'll sum it up into an example. So let's say that you or I have a child that grows up to be, you know, L B G T or Q, right? And they grow up watching name a Kevin Hart movie.
Jumanji.
Soul Plane. They grow up watching Jumanji, right? Jumanji's their favorite movie in the world. So they watch Jumanji their whole life, and then they come across these tweets from Kevin Hart. Right? Now, let's go over some of them. Well, I haven't found them yet. So, okay, here we go. So, let's just say your son comes across this thing. If he would grow, hypothetically, if that was the situation.
You ain't gotta hypothetically it.
You know, I'm just saying, I don't want to, you know, yeah. But anyway, so.
See, and that's toxic masculinity right there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's
In
me not wanting.
2018, that's what it is. Like, you can't say that you don't want to put that on my son.
Yeah, I don't want to put sexuality on your child, whether it be.
All right. Now, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
About the whole parents being able to raise their kids the way they do. And if, hypothetically, a mother doesn't wear panties around the house, you know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with your child's sexuality. Like, he's not being a sexual predator by wanting to sit on his mom's lap because she doesn't have panties on.
Yeah, I don't want to speak about actual children having sexuality. That's all that I was saying.
Yeah.
That's not. I wasn't trying to say it like that. I know what you were saying, but it wasn't like that for me.
Like,
all right, so these are the tweets, right? All right, so he was replying to somebody, and it said, "You look like a gay version of Chris Brown. Put a shirt on, fag." And then it's another one that says, "Yo, what the fuck is going on with @Wayne215 and all this gay shit? Say it ain't so, man. Is he coming out of the closet?" Another one says, "Look how gay H Goodspeed looks when he sleeps. It looks like dreaming about whistling. Look like he dreaming about whistling." Then he said, "Yo, if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's dollhouse, I'm gonna break it over his head and say in my voice, stop, that's gay." And then he said, "I just overheard Wayne215 say that he wants to get a tattoo on his stomach of @Ricky Rose rapping for his birthday. Major no homo and pause." Now, we all know that this may have been this is Kevin Hart joking, right?
Yeah.
But to a gay person seeing it, they might feel like, man, the Kevin Hart that they grow up admiring and looking at is saying something to hurt them. So I feel like, even though that's not the case, I don't feel that way about Kevin Hart. I understand that some people might feel that way. And while you can't control who you offend and what they get offended by, once they're offended, as a public figure, as somebody that people look up to, whether you want them to or not, there is some burden of responsibility in some form that falls on you.
I guess my thing is, why don't we treat everybody like black people?
Now, that's what I feel like that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, black people, you offend black people, what happens? Black people stop supporting you, but you still keep going.
Yeah.
Like, you don't stop.
Yeah.
Like, oh, black people stop giving me their money, so I'm going to go over here, go to Europe, I'm going to go to Africa.
I go anywhere where it's a check.
Yeah. You know, and I'm going to still keep making my money, and I'm going to still keep doing my thing, you know? Like, but black people get over that shit, and they start giving you their money again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be blackballed from everything for disrespecting one group of people 10 years ago.
Let's just point.
I guess I'm saying if he disrespected you in 7th grade and you're a sophomore in college now, get over that shit.
So let's say,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
let's say he bullied your father in high school and put your father in a wheelchair, and you meet him as an adult. You want an explanation for why you beat my father into a wheelchair.
You want an explanation, but you don't want to put him in the wheelchair.
Right? Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Because now you've lived with
Yeah.
your father since before you were born being in a wheelchair. You don't know your father outside of a wheelchair.
Right. That's the father that I've always known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I know that you did it to him, so I want an explanation of why you did it to him.
Yeah.
Whether the explanation is good or bad or acceptable or not acceptable, I just want an explanation. I don't want to put you in a wheelchair because I don't know what was going on.
Exactly.
You know?
So a couple things for me. I think that Kevin Hart was making jokes, and when it comes to comedy and when it comes to jokes, nothing's off limits, and everybody can get it.
Everybody,
and I respect that about comedians because they joke on themselves more than anybody, especially Kevin Hart. He got owned from "Laugh at My Pain."
Yeah, I'm
You know what I'm
a
saying?
little big man.
I'm a
little grown man, right?
Yeah, I'm a grown little man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I love Kevin Hart. Everything about him. He's a great person. He represents everything that black men strive to be in this country.
Yeah, man.
Right?
He puts people on.
But that's what I'm getting to. I will say, and before I want to preface it with saying that Kevin Hart chose to step down for the Grammys. I mean, from the Oscars.
So they didn't kick him out.
No. He still had the opportunity to host.
They said if you apologize, you can still host.
No. They just wanted him to apologize, and he said he didn't want to. So in that, he decided to step down. They didn't make him.
So then why are Redman and Snoop Dogg and all these guys up in arms like, fuck the Oscars?
I mean, I think they're up in arms because of the criticism. I say fuck the Oscars for a different reason, though. Well, it's maybe the same as Snoop. Because I feel like, man, before Kevin Hart goes, and I don't want to disrespect his dreams to host the Oscars.
Yeah, because that's like
that's his thing. That's what he's always wanted to do.
That's always been his thing,
right? But I feel like when we have stars in our community that we support that are on the level of Kevin Hart, like, man, host the BET Awards, host the Essence Awards.
I'm pretty sure he's at least read an award or gave an award out at all of these awards.
I mean, it's at this point, I think it's not about Kevin as much as it is about how we treat what's ours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Oscars is seen as so prestigious because the prestigious people only go there.
Yes, and that's the thing that's who Kevin Hart is. Mm-hmm. You watch Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know Kevin Hart sees himself as the most prestigious of the prestigious.
Because he's a grown little man.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's always strived to be in that circle. Mm-hmm. It wasn't I want to be like Montel Williams and Montel Jordan and
but
Michael
at the same
Jordan
time, by him being a comic.
Right. I'm not a black comic. I'm a comic.
But by him being a comic, I think being a comic, there's a certain level of being grounded that all comedians share. Like from Jeff Foxworthy all the way to Steve Harvey.
Who's hosted like 10 times? This Billy Crystal, right?
Yeah, Billy Crystal.
He's the one that's hosted the Oscars like 1,000,000 times.
I don't know how many times, but I remember when he hosted with like Raquel Welch or some shit.
I think it's Billy Crystal or one of them though. But like he's a comedian. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's hosted them 1,000,000 times.
Is Billy Crystal a comedian or a comedic actor?
A comedian. He's done like stand-up and shit.
Billy Crystal is a stand-up?
I think so. No.
No.
I
don't think he was a stand-up. I just think he was a comedic actor.
But like somebody like Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld isn't a Jewish comedian.
He's just a comic.
Yeah.
He's a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jerry
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah. Nah.
See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Jerry Seinfeld got the exact same thing Tracy Morgan got. They both are very grounded because of the fact that they have to look at themselves before they can make jokes.
Yeah. See, because I kind of feel like it's hard being black just because you have to get on by being ghetto. Like, you have to give people...
Are we talking about like Tiffany Haddish?
No, I'm talking about Tracy Morgan. How you have to give other races a spotlight or a magnifying glass into the ghetto, something that they didn't know about. Whether it's black jail or it's syrup sandwiches or it's too much sugar in a Kool-Aid or it's my daddy a crackhead or it's It's something. You have to have something. Like you have to give something up.
You know
to
what?
be a black comedian.
I know what you're saying, but the reason why I disagree is because
who got on without it?
But look, this is what I'm saying. I'm not denying that. Let me give you my point of disagreement, right? It's not that they're doing that to get on. They're doing that because that's what they know. They're gonna make jokes about what they can't make jokes about what they don't know.
Yeah. Just how it's so hard to make a second album that's as good as your first album.
Exactly.
Because after the first album, you got the success, you got the money, you got the women, and it's a different subject.
You can't talk about struggling no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, perfect example, Eddie Murphy. He said it. He was like, man, he was talking about the first joke. He was talking about taking a shit. You try to take a shit and the shit go back up. Like, that's all he had to talk about. Like, what else he gonna say? Like, man, shit. Ghetto comedians get on because they from the ghetto. White people like to have that insight.
Yeah.
And that's the only place they gonna get it from. Tracy Morgan wasn't doing that shit for white people to like him. He from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Old
else
Brooklyn.
he gonna talk? Right. He from old Brooklyn. What else he gonna talk about?
Old Brooklyn.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna give you, and he's still gonna give you Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at any rate, back to Kevin Hart.
I think Kevin Hart was with the whole all right.
He was talking about his family
and his daddy being a crackhead and stealing his grandma TV, and it's just like, do you really have to go there?
See, I think Kevin is in a unique position where his whole image is based around him being human, right?
Yeah.
So in that, when he does something human, he has to face the human consequences because he's not Jerry Seinfeld. He's not Jay Leno. He doesn't want to be them. He wants to be laugh at my pain guy. I'm going to tell you about my kids and my father.
See, but at the same time, he does. Like, he does want to be Jay Leno. He wants to be David Letterman.
I mean, I think
David Letterman's not funny at all, but he's a comedian.
David Letterman is hella funny. You know, David Letterman is the white Jay-Z.
Explain, please. Please explain this to me.
It's very dry observational humor. So it's not comedy, it's humor. So Jay-Z makes jokes in the driest way possible because he's so cool.
All right.
Like Jay-Z ain't gonna do a Chris Tucker joke. Jay-Z gonna do a Jerry Seinfeld joke.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I fuck with Jerry Seinfeld though.
Oh,
I love Jerry Seinfeld.
You gotta love Jerry. You gotta love Jerry. I remember watching Seinfeld as a kid, not knowing what the fuck was going on. But watching it as an adult, I'm like, that happened to me.
Yeah.
Like the soup Nazi thing. Like, man, you've been treated in a line before in your life.
Yeah.
You couldn't
MacArthur's.
Yeah.
Man, motherfuckers told me the food at MacArthur's is so great, but when you get there, know what you finna order. Because if you don't know what you're gonna order, they gonna treat the shit out of you.
Treat the shit. Yep. Yep.
I remember my first time at MacArthur's. I was so scared.
And now that MacArthur's fell off, they so nice. They so nice now that they done fell off, man.
Yeah.
On the real, hey.
Your tablet died?
Oh, tater chip tablet died, y'all. Uh-oh. All right. You want to handle that? I'm going to go into something else, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, look, right? At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, man, I feel like comedians are our last vestige of free speech, because all the bad things that we talk about, all the bad things we talk about, all the misfortunes that we go through as a society, I feel like comedians are the one group of people that can make us laugh, or like Kevin Hart would say, laugh at our pain. And it's very respectable. I don't think that society should put comedians on the same platform as regular people, like news analysts or journalists or something like that. I mean, because even if you go back to like medieval times, the jester wasn't the same as people in the community. We all knew the jester to be the guy that made the jokes, the guy that you laugh at, the guy that was made to be the clown, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that Kevin Hart did the wrong thing by not apologizing, but I do think that the sins of the past always come back. You know, the way you choose to handle them is the way you choose to handle them. And that's human shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he chose to step down, and I think that was a good look because he didn't want to put his counterparts and his contemporaries in the position where they have to deal with his shit. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart is class act. He's a human just like me and you, and he went through his shit. You know, the whole cheating scandal. It's like he embraces everything. You know what I'm saying? He got new comedy on the way. I just can't wait to hear what he talk about as far as the cheating scandal. I know he gonna put this into it, and I'm just looking forward to how he turns such negativity into laughs for us, and I'm thankful for comedians for that.
I guess what I want to see when it comes to blackballing people for shit that they said in the past, I want to see starter packs. You know, you see the starter pack memes? Like
What's starter pack mean?
Like a male thought starter pack.
Oh, right.
Adidas
like
track pants.
Like the rapper starter
Nike
pack. Yeah.
shoes. Or the
backwoods small chain.
Yeah. Daddy at the barbecue starter pack.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Like when sandals.
Yeah, when you blackball Kevin Hart for some shit that he said in 2010, I want to see a 2010 starter pack.
Yeah.
Like, what was actually going on in the world that made this okay
in 2010? And that's interesting. I want to know too. Like, if we could take it and go back, because I was watching
because a lot of shit that we said in 2010 is not okay in 2018.
I was watching Biodome. You ever seen Biodome?
Yeah, when he ate the frog, he took a bite out the frog and shit.
That part, and when they jumped in the bed with the two scientists once they were in the dome.
They
jumped in the bed with the two female scientists. Like, that's what was going on.
Yeah.
And that was okay to be in movies.
Yeah, you know? Like, so what was going on that made it okay to do this? You know what I'm saying?
Is that the toxic masculinity that we hear about? Is that something from the past? Because I don't think it's like that no more.
I mean, you could say you don't think it's like that no more, but we're still talking about Mercy Hospital.
But is that toxic masculinity?
Is that that's the thing. You can't really say that domestic violence is toxic masculinity because women do it to men too.
Yeah.
And men do it to men.
It's a human problem.
Women do it to women.
It's a human problem, like we always talk about.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. You know, like that's not necessarily toxic masculinity, but can we say what toxic feminism is? Like, is there such thing as toxic femininity or toxic feminism?
Absolutely.
It's because it's the yin and the yang, right? There always has to be an equal opposite.
Yeah, I think the word toxic is the wrong word to use because of the connotations that come with the word toxic.
Or should we say antiquated masculinity?
I think that's a better way to put it.
Because it's old school masculinity. It's not toxic. It's just not the way things are anymore.
I think a better way to say it is whether it's masculinity or feminism in its purest form, it would be without reason. So toxic masculinity is masculinity without reason. Toxic feminism is feminism without reason.
Yeah.
Where there is no gray.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. The problem is, and I think that's the same problem that we have with police, this modern society of policing.
Policing people.
Yes, policing people. When you're policing people and everybody's different, there must be gray.
Yeah, because you're not just policing one group of people. You're policing the whole community the same exact way.
Exactly.
You're policing the doctor that lives next door to the drug dealer, that lives next door to the teacher, that lives next door to the gas station clerk.
Exactamundo.
In the same way.
And this little weed that my next door neighbor is selling don't bother me. So I would rather have him around because he has sold me a sack or two every now and then. I don't want you to run in his house and lock him up.
Yeah, I want you to make sure that the child molester isn't molesting children. I want you to make sure the arsonist isn't burning people's garages down with their Teslas.
Oh, shout out to the Chicago Police Department. They caught the fucking attempted serial killer that was in my neighborhood stabbing people to death. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, they caught him.
Yeah, they caught him. They caught him.
That's what's up, man.
Thank you for your service. Yeah, so man, Joe, I hate to say this, but it's becoming harder and harder for me. Well, are we wrapped? Are we wrapped on Kevin Hart and masculinity and all that? Should we move on?
I mean, we got
a few more things to talk about.
We got Kevin Hart, right? We got Mercy Hospital.
Yeah.
Jamal Hubbard, R.I.P. Jamal Hubbard.
Right.
I can't believe he's gone, man.
Yeah, man. That's sad, man. Oh, we can talk about Harvard.
Yeah, that falls into this.
Yeah. So I was looking. I didn't read the article. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
You see, now this is this whole disorganized organizations.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you goddamn right.
Why can't something that's not hurting anybody, that's been going on for hundreds of years, not be valid anymore? Like, if I want to be a cameraman at WGN and I'm going to Harvard to get my degree for this shit, but I'm in a all male singing group, or I'm on a hockey team, or I'm on some all male club, you know, that just so happens to be all male. I can't get a letter of recommendation from my professor to go to WGN.
So, all right, for all you guys out there that don't know what we're talking about, Harvard instituted a policy last year, and I'm going to read this directly from Newsy, where I seen the article. It says,
hold on, what voice you gonna do?
I do Walter Cronkite.
All right.
The policy, which went into effect last year, says undergrads who join single-gender off-campus social clubs aren't allowed to hold on-campus club leadership positions or become captains of sports teams. They also can't receive endorsements from the school for postgraduate fellowships. The sororities also argue the policy unfairly punished women's social clubs. Harvard created the policy in response to a report on sexism and sexual assault, which the university linked to men-only clubs. But due to new rules, the suit says nearly every women's social club was either forced to shut down or become co-ed organizations.
Yeah, but that's what's happening everywhere in the world with men's organizations. Like, it's okay to be in an all men's group. It's okay to be in an all women's group. It's okay to be in the all black group. It's okay to be in the all white group.
So I talked about this at the gym when I was in the sauna with a couple guys, right? So it's some transgender people that use the men's locker room at my gym. So it's a lot of guys that's uncomfortable with that. Me being one of them, right? Now, when we were talking about, let me tell you why I'm uncomfortable.
Shirts off or shirts on?
I don't know. I never. It's.
So why are you uncomfortable if you've never experienced?
I'm trying to explain it to you, if you would let me. So I said I felt uncomfortable, just like I would if there were women allowed in the men's locker room.
See, I don't know. I've been to the same exports that you go to, and I've seen all sorts of dangling dicks, like them old 70, 80-year-old men that be, what the fuck are you in the gym? Go eat a fucking sub or some shit.
See, that's what I'm saying is,
I don't want to see your dangling dick.
Yeah, it's not about
and
that.
if it's a transgender person, it's still a dangling dick in the locker room.
It's not about that. It's about, I don't want to be in the locker room getting naked around women.
But
it makes me uncomfortable.
Dick. It's literally,
I don't know what it is.
How do you not know what it...
Because it could be a post-op transgender person.
I feel like the post-op transgender person qualifies to go into the women's locker room.
No, the transgender person can use whatever locker room they want to use.
But you're transitioning. Either you're this
don't
or
matter.
you're that.
Yes, it do. I mean, they can use whichever locker room they want to use. But my point is, I would feel uncomfortable if there were women in the men's locker room. I don't want to get naked around women in the locker room and changing out of my funky ass gym clothes and going and sitting in the sauna for 20 minutes. I don't want to do that.
I see. I guess my thing is, you're there for what you're there for. You know what I'm saying? Like, whole locker room, bathroom thing. Like
So-
anybody under the age of 13 is a child.
So picture
what I'm
this,
saying?
right? Picture this. You go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You take your son to the gym, right? Your son is 14 years old.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody under
Yeah.
like a certain age, I guess the legal age is what, 16.
Yeah.
You can't legally be naked in front of somebody else.
But I mean,
Under the age
even
of 16.
All right, let's flip the script. If it's the women's locker room, right? Do they want me coming in as a man, getting undressed around them, walking, sharing the sauna with them, doing all these things? Do they want to get undressed in front of me?
That's the thing. If it goes for one, it has to go for all.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like it's separated for a reason. Like the comfort of everybody should matter.
Man,
Whether
can you
you're a
imagine?
woman, whether you're a man, no matter what you identify as, you should have a space where you feel comfortable.
I feel like it'd be a lot of thottery going on if the whole 2-gender model became a 3-gender model. Like if there was a men's room, a women's room,
In a co-ed room,
yeah,
or everybody room.
like no matter what you are, no matter who you are,
If you want to use this room, you can
you can
use
use this room. Like imagine all the fucking that'd be going on in there.
No. I was talking to my girl. You know what's funny? You know how women wear workout clothes as fashion now, right? Imagine if men walked around the same way. It'd be fucking in the streets.
Bro, I
all
seen
day
you
long.
In the I seen you in your get up. I was surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't think that you. I thought you was just basketball shorts and t-shirt.
I
guy.
got the whole giddy up.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it'd be fucking in the streets if men walked around in workout clothes like women do.
Yeah, man.
Like you just can't help it. It's like you pretty much naked.
yeah,
Like just about. Yeah, but
consensual fucking in the streets.
yeah. But you know, with Harvard, this is crazy. So
No, this is good. This is a win for us
how so?
because the law said at the height of the Me Too movement, the law said no more all boys clubs, and then they changed the law. No more all one gender clubs.
Yeah, I don't think that you should be discriminated against for being in a one gender club.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Not at all. But this is how stupid it's gotten.
I see what you're saying. This is the shit hitting the fan.
Yeah. This is how stupid it's gotten.
How wacky is it gonna get before we realize this shit is wacky?
Toxic femininity is gonna be the end of it.
Oh, you stepping out on a bold ledge, my brethren.
Like once men realize that, hey, we getting our ass whooped
Yeah.
and we can fight back. Oh, you don't want men to do this? We don't want women to do that. Well, why not?
And that's the problem though, man. That's getting back to playing the blame game.
It is a blame game.
I don't
'Cause
want to
that's-
play the blame, but we don't have a choice now.
Yeah, because
don't have a choice now.
The blame game is winning
So
right
you
now.
gotta fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
You can't just say, all right.
At some point, you got to.
At some point, you got to be like, all right.
Yeah.
But I really, all right. No. At some point, you got to say, I want my cinnamon toast bagel
With bacon, egg, and cheese
right now.
Right now! Big boss shit right now! Hey, I'm not gonna shout out the cinnamon toast raisin bagel man.
Nah.
He's a scumbag.
He is a scumbag.
But it has brought me hours of joy and entertainment. I will say that.
I might shout out old girl that was standing there watching this shit.
The young Dominican that was standing beside him. Yes.
She was just like,
She was a shapely human being.
yes.
Yes. Do it for your race. He
Dude
wanted to,
ass went hard.
yeah, he went hard. But
Hey, y'all, that's how we met. So, for y'all who don't know, before he knew who I was and I knew who he was, all he knew was every day on Augusta, somebody got on the bus with a stinking ass raisin cinnamon
bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
English muffin sandwich.
Yeah, stinking this shit. Y'all know how eggs smell. Eggs smell bad.
And then you put that with the cinnamon and the raisins.
Yeah, and the cheese.
That shit's so fire.
Horrible.
That shit tastes so good.
Isn't
I
it?
understand why dude was going so hard because that shit tastes so good.
But you know, they told him the reason why you can't have it right now is because it's other orders in front of you.
Oh, so he just didn't want to stand in line
just didn't
and
want
get
to.
his shit.
He didn't want to listen. He threw a loaf of bread.
I only saw the video. I didn't go back in
That
and
man
research
said-
or do anything.
He said, "I don't want to listen. I'm gonna
want
throw
my shit."
bread at you and tell you to make my shit right now," which is unwise. I wouldn't talk to anybody preparing my food that way.
No way.
Especially when they gotta turn their back to me to make it.
Yeah.
That nigga could have stuck his tongue out and just let it drizzle all on that sandwich.
Put the hand on the crotch and just sprinkle
Man.
ball sauce on your shit.
He could have pulled out one testicle and smeared it across them strips of Applewood smoked bacon.
You think that's pepper on your fried egg? That's not adobo.
That's the special sauce.
Oh man!
Oh, shout out to the shopkeep that put up with that bullshit, man. We see it all the time in the ghetto.
That shit's not fair, man.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair. But you know, scumbags always end up getting what they deserve. Like the scumbag Chicago Bulls.
These motherfuckers.
Fucking
man.
scumbags.
But now, does this have to do with Fred being gone?
Well, how we just talked about the shit hitting the fan, I think that's what's happening in Chicago.
Because Fred Hoiberg got fired last week, and this shit happened.
We have an interim
yesterday.
coach.
Yeah, man.
I think
So was he really not that bad?
Fred Hoiberg, oh, he's plenty bad.
But he wasn't 133 to 77 bad.
I don't know what happened that made it 133 to 133 to 7, because we got marketing back.
Yeah.
Yeah, marketing is back in the line.
Like the players are back.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is not a sports podcast by any means, but this shit is ridiculous. 56 points.
It's a Chicago podcast.
Yeah.
And this is Chicago. Like my grandmother used to watch the Chicago Bulls.
In what world do we lose by 56 points?
In the Me Too world.
Now it's my turn. let me get you back on track here. It's not the Me Too world. It's the world.
It's the 2018 world.
It's the 21st century.
No.
Yeah.
Because
Here we go. Here we go.
Beyonce was telling the fellas to let their girls go to the club because the club was full of ballers and their pockets was full grown.
And
You
Sierra
had-
said if I was a boy, she'd scratch her balls and watch football and be like Reggie Bush.
And
TLC ain't want no scrubs.
yep. And Nick Cannon said he was a gigolo.
Spending lots of dough. with the Pied Piper.
And R. Kelly said, "Don't leave your girl around me because I'm a flirt."
I think we just broke down everything.
That happened. All of that happened in the 21st century.
But
Let's not get that confused.
what about Kaya? My neck, my back.
Anybody could do that. And nowadays, women do it better than men.
I don't know that.
There's a lot of women out there more willing to eat your wife than some of these men that have been in five. Look at DJ Khaled.
I'm confident in my abilities.
I mean, look
I
at
just wanna
DJ
say
Khaled,
that.
though.
Yeah.
You think you got DJ Khaled, you got his
I
wife,
think that's a religious thing, though.
and then, but you think she don't want it?
Maybe not. Never miss what you never had.
It's true, but how you know DJ Khaled's a first?
You think with those religious ramifications, he would marry somebody that wasn't?
Hey, you don't know what you don't know. There is known unknowns, and there are unknown unknowns.
And known unknowns. It's known to a few, but unknown to others.
Hey,
Nah, but
look,
yeah.
they say men. If men say 9, it's really 3. They say if women say 3, it's really 9.
I thought if women said 3, it was 742.
Nah, I doubt that.
No, I
man.
ain't coming. I ain't gonna come at the sisterhood that way. We was talking about the Bulls, man. We was talking about the fucking Bulls.
We were talking about the fucking Bulls, man. That's how bad they suck, man.
So I haven't been to a Bulls game in the past 2 seasons because of how I felt about front office management and how they dealt with Dwayne Wade and how they let Jimmy Butler go.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been to a couple LeBron James games. Like, I went to a Miami Heat game. Mm-hmm. I went to a Cleveland Cavaliers game at the UC, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But most of my Bulls games have been at the UC, have been LeBron James basketball games, or I've traveled to Milwaukee to see the Bulls play. Antetokounmpo.
She a Greek freak, call her Antetokounmpo. Shouts out to Lil Wayne. Yeah, but
yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that.
nothing we can do about
That's
it.
like, no, you can't call a congressman for that.
But look,
shit.
I'm gonna say what I've been saying for the past 2 seasons. We need to get rid of John Paxson, everybody that's in that front office, the entire coaching staff, and that's what needs rebuilding, not the team.
Yeah, because we got some ballers.
Yeah,
We got
need
some young ballers.
exactly, and I don't understand why, because they tried to do Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were the reason the Bulls broke up, not the players.
But John Paxton he was already front office.
No. He wasn't front office yet, but I mean, front
Yeah.
office is the reason why that Bulls team, the repeat team, broke up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like because y'all don't want to chop that guap. Like, imagine if the GM and the owners at Golden State didn't want to chop that guap.
Yeah, man.
Like, man, you gotta pay these niggas as much money as they want. You know they got standing room tickets. Like you paid $90. It's like $90 a month or something like that.
You talking about in Golden State?
Yeah.
And you don't even watch the game.
You go to the bar in the stadium.
Yeah, that's how much people want to see Golden State.
Like,
play.
man, you pay as much as you have to keep that dynasty together.
Yeah.
Like, man, Chicago.
Man, people been shitting on KD. Hey, KD is a little bitch though.
I'm not
for the movement.
Hey, look,
You know,
I like KD would have fit in just fine with Charles Oakley and goddamn Anthony Mason and all of them niggas.
Yeah.
And Charles Barkley. I think he would have fit in just fine.
But they didn't need him in Golden State, and he didn't need to go to Golden State.
Yes, he did. He needed to go because he wanted rings, and that was the only place he was gonna get them. He couldn't have went nowhere else and got no ring.
That's the ring that you have
But when we open up,
that's the ring that the dog eats at the proposal that you have to go and dig out of a piece of dog shit.
Wow.
That's the ring he got.
I think that at the end of the day, when we open up the history books, the only thing that's gonna matter is how many he got. Because the kids and they kids is gonna see Kevin Durant and they're gonna see a number. And that's all they're gonna know.
Ahmad Rashad is the only
greatest NBA player to ever live. Ahmad Rashad is the greatest NBA player to live. He has a lifetime 100% field goal percentage. The greatest ever. Fuck you, Michael Jordan. Fuck you, Kobe Bryant. Fuck you, LeBron James. Ahmad Rashad is where it's at. He needs his own shoe. I want them Air Rashads.
This man was a college football player. He tried out for the NFL. He got in the league, shot one shot, made it, never shot another shot.
And he married Felicia Rashad. Wow.
Which makes him the only player in basketball history with 100%
lifetime field goal percentage. The GOAT. Put him on Mount Rushmore, man.
No,
yes,
it doesn't work like that.
Ahmad Rashad for president. I would vote for Ahmad Rashad over Donald Trump.
It doesn't work like that.
Whose boat is this boat?
None of this works like that.
No, it doesn't. Hey, but yeah, I think we clear, man. Are we clear?
Yeah, man.
All right, so next week, tune in. We got something different coming. We ain't gonna tell you about it.
Hold on, talking about basketball. We got Mamba Academy.
All right, we didn't talk about Mamba Academy. We got 10 minutes left. So Kobe Bryant is opening a sports academy.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Kobe.
They wouldn't let the man be a contestant in a film festival, but he out here opening schools. How fucked are you?
Hey, that's the Black Mamba.
Man, it's a sports academy for young athletes. So it got like indoor pool, outdoor pool.
So
indoor basketball court, outside basketball court. We got 5 Rolls Royces outside.
So
shouts out to Ray J.
You want to use one of my socks? Yeah.
It's 10,000 square feet. It's in Thousand Oaks. Rest in peace to all the victims of the Thousand Oaks shooters. It's 5 basketball courts, 5 volleyball courts, 2 beach volleyball courts, a turf field, an esports training ground.
Hold on. Is this shut up and dribble?
Mm-mm.
Is this you can't be a man? You can only be an athlete? Because there's no problem with him opening up an athletic program. But once he said, I want to step away from basketball and make this movie and put it in this film festival, like, nah, you can't be a man.
Kobe's still gonna make movies.
You're only a basketball player.
That was just one film festival. And I don't even remember the name of it.
Yeah, I didn't know about it till you told me.
Batting cages, pitching mounds, and a Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu school. Shout out to Kobe Bryant teaching these kids Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
So Kobe Bryant is not only opening up a basketball camp. This is every sport.
This
camp.
is a sports academy.
Oh, wow.
Shouts out to Kobe, man.
Yeah, man.
You ain't fucking with Ahmad Rashad, but shouts out to you.
Yeah, man. No. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, man. You agreed already. It's over with. I gotta chop this shit up. I'm chopping you up agreeing with me and nothing else.
Ahmad Rashad is Ahmad Rashad. He's a great TV host.
No, but yeah, I'm definitely bullshitting.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan is the greatest. Kobe Bryant is also the greatest. And LeBron James is also the greatest. So, yeah, Ahmad Rashad, he had great personality. And Inside Stuff was the show.
Yeah,
Grant Hill, you dropped the ball. You can't hold a candle to Ahmad Rashad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, congratulations to Kobe Bryant. And I look forward to seeing the young athletes that he produces. And maybe one day I'll move to California and my young child will participate in the folly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so, all right, you ready to rap, man?
Yeah, man, it's a pretty long episode.
Yeah, we did good, though. We did good. Yeah.
I must say.
We got something special coming. I ain't going to talk about it, but you'll see.
Yeah, man, we finna definitely do something different than anything we've done before. And it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, solid. What time is it?
Time to get back to the studio.
Double salute.